Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, welcome, welcome back to episode number 18 on the Piney Acres map, the Empty Pockets Challenge, where we try to remove every tree on the map and we try to get ourselves quite a bit of animals. And oh man, it's just been a great run so far. Episode 18 is on the way. We are here. We got a lot of stuff to do, as we always do. Got to sell our wood chips, got to sell our stones that we've got, and we got to sell our eggs, and then we can go on to do some crop work. But before we do that, you guys always know how I do it. I get you up in the air and I give you a chance to see what we've accomplished. As you can see, we have been clearing like crazy. As you can see, let's get down here and I'll show you real quick. We are at now 5,000 trees. Yay! We've hit 5,000 trees. We played for 47 hours and 33 minutes on this map already. Absolutely crazy. As you can see, we have this. I will go a little bit slower than that. How about that? We don't need to go crazy fast. Yeah, that's a little bit better. There we go. We are all the way over to here. This is our property line now for the next field. Well, we're not going to make another field, but we go right to here now. We've just got to clear right to the base of this mountain right through here for now. And then we'll work our way up the mountain as we go. See, we made our line right there. So we're going to come right along that line right there and go as far up as we can. When we get to the really steep stuff, we have to use a chainsaw and cut it down, but that's okay. But you can see how many 500 trees was. We left off right at this line. Let's hear. That's 500 trees right there. That's it. So I'm probably another 500 to 750 in there just to finish this piece of property. We went ahead off camera and we planted this field over here, the one that used to be grass, in wheat. As you can see, we'll fly over it. Now we're at wheat. We're at stage number 2. This will be our next field coming due right here. That one will be done in 3 months, which is pretty much by the time you guys come back. And then, so today what we're going to do is we're going to sell all our stuff. We're going to seed this one right here. And we're going to plant this one in wheat. And then if we still have time after that, then we're going to come down here and we're going to seed this one. And that's our property right there. And then all our fields will be ready to go. And then I'll have 2 full months of waiting. Well, until you guys come back. But anyways, happy Friday. TGIF, everybody. Hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing awesome, and I hope you guys are doing fantastic, because I am as usual. So also, before we do this, so you guys know how it works, now, of course, I go too slow. There we go. Let's get over to our mine, and I'll show you. We are now officially 3 million liters deep into this now. We did 1, and then we sold 1. That's 2. Then 4 million liters. We're 4 million liters of rocks, stones, or whatever you want to call them, out of our mine. And I'll show you well, it's not really a mine. It's kind of just a place but you can see how far we've gone. Let me get down here so you can not see. We're using the belt system over here. And this little chunk right here is 4 million liters of stone. That's it. So you can only imagine, like I stated on Wednesday, you can only imagine how many millions of liters, because as you can see, this gets quite deep over here. So we're going to keep track. I've gotten it written down on my phone. We're at 4 million liters already, just right there. So starting, I think, Monday, well, first of all, Monday we get to switch tractor brands. Yay! So Monday we are going to go to New Holland. We're going to go off the Kloss. We've used our Kloss for 2 weeks. Now we're going to go to New Holland, and then after New Holland, we're going to go to Valtra. Then after Valtra, we're going to go to Case, and then we're going to try to find a nice full Kubota. Let's get way up in here and see if we can find our farm. See it way over there? Look at this. This is crazy. This is nuts how many trees there are on this map. Absolutely. Like I said, I've cleared this off camera on my own personal time, and I made it to the 88,000, and I never did any of the ridges. I never did any, I never did these steep ridges. I only did the flat sections down there, like all that section right there that you can see with that big hump. And then, like I said, when we get ready to terraform, we're done terraforming it all right now, as far as I'm concerned. we might continue. It depends on what I feel like. You know what I mean? You can see where I started making the road, where I was originally going to make the road to the quarry. But if we do terraform, we're only going to do like the little things that stick up. We're not going to do the big ridge. That's too much. That would be crazy. Although it really isn't that hard. Like everybody says, oh, what do you terraform? It takes time. It takes time. But it really doesn't take time. When you get the big square and you put it out all the way and you can go, I can terraform very quickly. Like you guys saw me. Oh, and I got some great news for you. So let's get here, break our legs. You guys know how it works. We're going to take our speed modifier off. We're going to drop out of the air. We're going to break our legs. Ready? And go. Blink. And we broke our legs. But I got great news. Great news. I found out today, Friday, that one of my all-time favorite maps, remember Backcountry? You guys remember back? If you look back on my channel, you go back maybe a couple, 2, 3 months, 6 months, whatever it's been. I was doing a full series on the Backcountry 4X map, where it was a logging map like this, and we were building a whole town. Well, RGC Modding, one of my favorite modders out there, RGC stands for the Realistic Gaming Crew. And they make realistic mods for mining and for farming and for all this stuff like that. They made Backcountry the Town Edition. Let me say that again. The Backcountry 4X map, logging map, the Town Edition. So they built a town just like your boy Fury was doing, but now the town's built. So, and that's getting made for Fs22. So guess what? I'm going to do Oxygen David's map. I've already figured it out. That will be our one series. That'll be our realistic series. We'll do it on Oxy's map. And then we'll do a semi-realistic mining, logging thing on Backcountry. That's it. And we're ready to go. And then we got our first 2 maps out of the way. Boom, boom, boom. And we're ready to go. So I'm excited. So without further ado, let's get going because we're just wasting about 7 minutes here. I wanted to work on that a little bit. We're going to sell these stones, come back, get 1,000,000 liters. But anyway, starting Monday, when I come back with you guys on Monday, we're going to switch to the Piney Run trailer that holds 5,000,000 liters because I'll show you when we get back to the farm. We're almost full already. We're almost 10,000,000 liters in the silo. And because 500 trees gives me about 5,000,000 liters. So that'll just extend our thing to from 10 million that we have in our silo to an additional 5,000,000, which is great. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're also going to be maybe jumping ahead a little bit with the amount of trees that I do. It'll all depend on the time constraints. But as you can see up in the right-hand corner, we made this decision 3 episodes ago that the money that's up there now is the money that stays. So whatever I add, I'm going to use the additional game settings when it comes to tractors, trailers, things like that. But the money itself will always stay the same. So whatever we sell, and you guys can go follow along with me. The only time we spend that money up in the corner is to buy property, and that's it. So our goals when we started this series were very simple. Were to cut every tree down if we could. We knew that we started this series late, which is my fault. I take full responsibility for that. $48,000. We were making 60, so we're dropping a little bit. But you can see how much this opens right up. So I also tell everybody that if you get on this map and you are playing multiplayer and you experience a little bit of lag, stay with it for just a little bit because there is an awful lot of trees. And start cutting trees down. A couple, 200, 300 trees, and you'll start noticing a big difference. I don't have any problem because it's just me, and B, I have a pretty beefy computer. I have a 490 processor. You guys, I've been through the whole thing, so I've got a pretty beefy computer to handle it. And yeah, I still got a little lag. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit the other day. See, 9,529,000. We only hold 10 million. Actually, it's 5, and then 5 and 5, right? I'll figure this out here in a minute. Yeah, because the big silo's 5 million, and then each one of these silos on the end is 2.5. So that's 5, 10. We can fit 15 million in here. I'm sorry, I thought we could only fit 10. So we're gonna see how far we can get. Once it's full and it's ready to go, we're gonna have to start selling 5 million liters at a time. Otherwise, we're not gonna ever be able to get any trees cut because our silo will be full. But yeah, I'm excited about that. But anyways, what I was gonna say is, I've noticed that we are getting, as we get closer and closer and closer to the start of FS25, more and more people are getting excited as well as I am. Many people are venturing out into other games because their Farm Sim has pretty much reached its end. I won't do, well, I can't always say I won't, because MT Pockets has asked me to start maybe another series on Truck Sim, because Arkansas just dropped. Oh my gosh, look at all the eggs. Plus I got them all here. So I've got 29,000 liters of eggs there, and all these. This is how much, 4,000 chickens. Now we also have to check here. Yep, we got 8,000 chickens. So rather than buying them now, let's just let them go. Let's just let them go and do what they can do, and we'll figure it out as we go, because it costs you, like, if I was to sell these, see how the one's worth $1, I could sell those 4,000 chickens, but it only gives me $4,000. Costs me $55,000 to buy 4,000 more. So we're just going to let them go at this point and just build up. But we're at 8,000 already. Believe that? This little thing here with the thing above this is on the additional game settings. You can put it above the trailer, and I have mine to where it lasts 5 minutes. So that way, if I'm filling a trailer with a bucket loader or whatever, I can see what's in the trailer without having to. But I also have the inspector mod down in the left-hand corner, so I use mods, lots of mods. But anyways, I've noticed that getting closer to FS25, people are getting excited. Modders are getting excited. They're starting to make maps. They're starting to make mods that are going to be dropping for FS25. But what I'm going to do is go very specific with my mods. So basically, what I promised my wife to do, which is something that is going to be very difficult for me since I'm addicted to mods. But rather than go absolutely crazy and get, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000 mods, and I run about 5,000 mods, generally speaking, in my mod folder, and that's no joke. That's anybody who knows me knows that that's real. I think what I'm going to do is when I start a map, I'll use the mods on that, and that's it. And then if I add a mod, I'll take one out. If I add a mod, I'll take one out, if you know what I mean, so that I can stay at the same number of mods that I want. And then if I start a new map, I'll clear all the mods out and add the mods that I want for that map. So that way I don't have this, because let's face it, with 5,000 mods in my mod folder, there's mods that I don't even use that just sit there and do absolutely nothing. Absolutely. They just, like, it's been, like, was like when Farm Sim 22 first dropped, and I was like, oh, look at this mod, and I got it, and I used it a couple times, and I use my basics. I have my favorite tractors. I have my favorite plows. I have my favorite. But generally what I do, and you guys all should know this by now with me, generally what I do is I get a specific play style for that map, and then I go through and I search it. I call it searching the old interweb. I go crashing the internet for the mods that are specific. So if I want like 80s and 90s tractors, I go through and I scour and I find all the 80s, 90s tractors that I think would be pretty good. And same thing with plows, and same thing with anything like that, but we talked about this a few episodes ago that, in fact, let's go ahead and sell another 1 million of the wood chips just so we can have an extra 2 million in there, just to, because we only got 40,000 for that. So we want to be over 400,000 is what we want to do. I get very specific with my mods as far as like play styles and things like this. But then when you jump maps like I did in FS22, which by the way will not happen for FS25, I've got my 2 maps already picked. I've got the Oxygen David map, the wild, whatever it's called, Wild Side. And that's going to be my realistic series. Longer day seasons and more like everything's done realistically, speeds wise, all that stuff in that series is going to stay from point A to point B. And also and depending on when Oxy drops the map too, I'm sure it might not come out right away, but as soon as it drops, then I'm going to be on it. I'm going to stay on it for the whole duration of FS25. Plus I'm going to have backcountry, and there's I'm going to either do the town edition, or I'm going to go on that map and clear every damn tree out. Excuse my language, every darn tree. I'm so having fun doing this, like on this. But I'm hoping kind of in a way that maybe some of the maps that we have for FS22 drop for FS25 with all the new features, such as this map, such as Oceanside Forest. And if that happens, I want to get on those maps right away, because if I would have started this map in the beginning, I mean, we're already episode 18. I mean, if you think of this, and I'm only putting out 3 episodes a week now, and we're on episode 18 already. But I did do the first 10 episodes we did in a row, 10 days in a row. So, and now we're on 18. So we've gone 2 weeks at 3 episodes a week, if you know what I mean. We did the first 10 days nonstop. It was like every day I was putting out a video, but we're only 20 minutes long. This one may or may not be an hour, depending on how long it takes. You know what I mean? But I've got a lot of plans, and then I want to stay on those 2 maps. Those 2 maps will be given right from the beginning. And then if we, I might do map reviews. I don't know. I haven't totally decided. But I did want to address something really quick. I have noticed, and maybe it's me, maybe it's not me, I don't know. But I have noticed that some of the content creators out there have their ads really cranked up. And that's great. I mean, we all got to make money, and we all got to do what we got to do. But it's very frustrating as a normal watcher to have to sit through, a 1 minute to 2 minute ad every 30 minutes to an hour. I was on a really, really, really good friend of mine's channel on Twitch today. Not today. It was, what was it? Sunday or Monday? It's like a week ago now. Sunday or Monday, and it took me. There was a 2 minute ad for me to get into watch his live stream. He's live streaming. It took me 2 minutes to get in there to watch that. Then then literally within 30 seconds, it dropped another 2 minute ad, and then I'm sitting there watching. All of a sudden, another ad comes up that was a minute long, and I'm thinking, okay, I've been in this stream for 30 minutes, and literally I've watched 3 minutes worth of ads. Now, I have to put a disclaimer as a content creator myself. I don't control my ads. I know that there's a couple of them that you can't skip, and a couple of them, but I'm hoping that YouTube only puts, I don't control that. I can control it, but I don't. I just let YouTube handle it. So every time I go to watch a video of my own, it's like 15 seconds. Gives you a chance to skip it in 5-6 seconds, because I'm not doing this for making tons of money. I'm doing this because I love making videos, and I love talking to you guys, and I love teaching farming, and I love doing it all. You know what I mean? So, all right, now let's sell our eggs. But anyways, it was frustrating to me. If it wasn't such a really good friend of the channel and I wasn't so close to him, I would have signed off in about 3 seconds, because as a content creator, I do understand that everybody's trying to make money, but as a consumer, I don't understand it. When your ads, like when you're watching more ads than you've been on the actual stream. I was literally on the stream less than 30 minutes, and I watched 3 minutes worth of ads already, and I'm thinking, And then when I asked the person, and they said, yeah, I set it up that way. And I'm thinking, okay, that's great. That's your channel, and I love it, and I still love you to death. And he knows who he is, and he knows what's going to happen. But I felt like frustrated because I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this every 30 minutes to an hour watching another ad. I'm watching him. I'm not watching ads, There we go. Let's get this all done here. Hopefully we can get that one little hole filled in there. Yep, it did. Well, let's get the shut off. Yeah, I got to make sure that we get it full next time. Anyways, 56,000 liters in one day. Because I filled it in the morning. I did that. But I just want to, I'm not trying to get anybody upset or frustrated with that. It was just frustrating on my end, because all I want to do is watch my friends. I want, my friends are content creators as well, but I don't want to sit through 20 minutes worth of ads to watch them for an hour. I just don't want to do it. So I'm hoping that, but I do understand in the time that we're at that people's time is people's money, and they want to make money, and they got to do what they got to do. But I don't know. It was just frustrating is all, and that's all I'm going to say on it. And it was just, it is what it is. And it ain't what it ain't. And if that's what their channel is, I'm still going to watch them. Still going to watch it, but it may be hit and miss. Like, because you can't, when the ads come up like that, the way they're set up, you can't skip them. Now, see, we made more with eggs. 70,000 liters of eggs in one day. Well, no, it wasn't. It was 2 months. Sorry. Than we did selling one load of 1 million liters of wood chips. That's crazy. It took me 2 million liters to make that for one thing. And as we now get closer and closer to the chickens getting full pen, because in 2 months there's going to be 16,000 chickens there. It's going to be crazy. We're going to start making that every day. So at that point in time, we're on our way, which we are anyways. We now have 500, almost 500,000. And the next piece of property I want to buy is right behind the farm here. The next one I want to buy is this one right here so that we can clear around our farm and start opening this up a little bit. And if I have to put a field in there, I have to put a field in there. But yeah, I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I just know that it was extremely frustrating for me to sign on to... Oh, we also downgraded from the lime spreader. That was the big winged one. And the Maggie. Maggie, I call it Maggie. Massey Ferguson, which was an absolutely awesome mod. And I'm keeping it in my mod folder because I really like it. But these are 42 meters wide. The green one is for fertilizer, and the white one is for lime. And these are Mark Thor's mods. So you guys can get this off Mark Thor's Discords. He has them posted there. This is the, he's edited the Breedles, or Brettles, or whatever you call it. I call it Breedle. And he's edited them to hold 20,000 liters, and they go 42 meters wide. So I started with 20,000 in lime, and I did the whole field in 7,000. This one here I did in less than 1,000. So we can cover now 42 meters, so that we're not sitting there playing, you know, let's go back and forth. The seeder's going to stay for a while, but I may bring back the air seeder that was 42 meters wide. If I can figure out how to not get it to go over... Well, the only reason I like this seeder is because it's got a roller attachment to it, so it seeds and rolls at the same time. And I also figured out how to put seeds in it finally. We're going to do this field right in front of us here and see how long we got left. We're at about 20 minutes. Oops, if I wasn't paying attention. But this last episode for the class, everybody, so we get to say goodbye at the end of this. The next one will be New Holland. And then, so anyways, I skipped ahead a little bit. What I wanted to talk to you guys about was my goals when I first started this map were to clear every tree, to own the whole map, and have my sheep and chickens. Well, we got to 1,000 sheep, and I got bored with it. Not going to lie, got bored with it. And I said, okay, I'm done with that. Got 15 episodes of that. And now the chickens, we are going to get 25,000. But it's just kind of cool how things evolve and series evolve into what they need to be. So I have to have this up so I can see, because it'll say start filling, and it'll be one or the other one. See? Boom. And then that'll be seeds. Now what I have to do is see how it says open cover. So I have to hit that, and then it should fill. There it is. There we go. See, I figured it out. It only took me 18 episodes to figure it out. No, it took me... I've only had this seeder 3 episodes now. It only took me 3 episodes to figure it out. But I like what I'm enjoying most is when a series starts out a certain way, and I watch all my content creator friends that do the same thing. When a series starts out and then it evolves, and what I mean is it kind of changes on the fly. Like we all have this great thing of let's make this series all like 80s and 90s tractors, and let's do it that way. And Russell found this out really quick that and he's a really super good friend of the channel, that when you the other thing I got to tell you guys before we go any further, this seeder right here there's a tricky thing to it. It will continue to run fertilizer and seed as long as the seed is running, as long as the machine is running. So if you're going over an area, you want to make sure you turn it off. Otherwise, it will continue to use fertilizer and it will continue to use seed. I have to go in the XML and fix it. But anyways, like our good friend Russell found out, hey, if you find a tractor that you like, it doesn't matter if you've got an 80s or 90s version on it. As long as you like the tractor, that's all that matters. And I get caught up into like thinking of all these beautiful ideas for maps, but I really, really, really enjoy... Turn that off so it doesn't use it. I really enjoy how series, and I love my content creators out there who go with the flow, and they start a series and they say, okay, I'm going to start out with, I'm going to make 80s and 90s tractors, or I'm going to clear every tree on this map. And they get going, and they realize something happens where there's 90,000 trees on a map, or they realize, oh, I want to build a farm instead on this. And I really, really enjoy when they evolve, and then they just change it, and it just goes. But I also, as long as they're doing it within their play style, as long as they're doing it the way they play the game, then evolve and change, and I love it. I love it. I love watching to see, like our good friend Empty Pockets, he gets into a series 80, 90, 100 episodes into a series and say, oops, I'm going to change, and that is super respectful. All of our good friends of the channel do that same thing, so that's what makes me happy. That's what I like watching. So this series started out with certain rules, and now we've evolved, and we've kept our core rules where we're still clearing trees. We're still having at least one animal on here, and we're evolving. We got rid of the sheep. We've now got rid of the grass. We were going to do silage, remember, and now we decided not to. Now we're going to just do crops. So it's exciting when a series changes and kind of ebbs and flows and moves up and down and does everything it needs to do, and that's exciting to me, anyways. And it keeps us content creators moving. You know, kind of keeps us okay. So especially, and I can't speak for all content creators, but I can speak for myself. When you get 15, 16, 17, 20 episodes into a map, if you're doing the same thing, it's like Groundhog Day. You gotta change it up a little bit, to me anyways, and then that way, whether you're changing equipment, like it feels like when we started this out, remember we started with Steyr. We started with the Steyr equipment. We had the 276 horsepower Steyr. Actually, we started with the little baby one. We started with the little baby Steyr that was only 160 horsepower, and we were just kind of bebopping around. We started with an actual tree harvester. Remember that? I mean, way back 18 episodes ago. And then we went from the Steyr to John Deere. We went from the John Deere to, where do we go? Oh, the Fent. We went to Fent. We had the tracked Fent for like 2 or 3 episodes, and now we're on Claas. And what keeps it cool for someone like me who has severe ADD is when I switch tractors, it feels like you're starting the map over again. It feels like, ooh, I'm doing something cool. You get to go through and change the color of your equipment and everything else to match, and it kind of keeps it fresh. So I'm going to do that on this series for sure, as every week, you know, we'll go 3 or 4 episodes or 6 episodes or whatever we want to do. And then we'll switch tractor brands, and we'll switch brands and switch mods, and keeps giving you guys, even though we're doing the same thing on the fields, we're doing the same thing with the trees, we're doing the same thing with the selling and all that stuff. It gives you a chance to see new mods and new things. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to keep changing and evolving this series to where we're using different equipment. And I don't mean evolving with our goals. I have to put that disclaimer in there. Our goals are going to stay the same. Clearing the trees, harvesting, feeding our animals, making sure we're doing stuff. We may not be doing it super realistically, but we're at least doing everything that needs to be done on a field, if you know what I mean. So here, but I'm going to do that for you guys on this series, and many people have messaged me, and they like it when, you know, you go a week, 2 weeks, and then you bring out a new mod, and you get a chance to, it feels fresh for me to come back and do an episode, and I can say, hey, look at this mod that we put in here, and look at this, and I get a chance to show it off for a little bit. It's kind of like testing mods, if you know what I mean. So you guys get a chance to see different mods, different seeders, and different planters, and different ways. Like last episode, we did course play. We did course play on that field over there, so you guys got a chance to see course play and work. This episode, we're doing it ourselves. Next episode, I might hire just a regular worker, depending on what we want to do. You know, that way we can keep doing things differently, but yet with the same goal in mind. So, hope you guys can understand that. I hope so. And understand that is the best way to keep everybody happy. Because here's what happens. If I was to say, okay, my favorite brand of tractor is Case or John Deere, and I just do nothing but John Deere. Well, what about all those people who like Case? And they never get to see their favorite tractor after, you know, watching me for, you know, 10, 12 episodes. They're like, oh, here we go, John Deere again. Then they don't get a chance to experience what they like. And I'm not saying to go through and change your whole channel to help people. I've been there, done that, and it doesn't work. You still ultimately, as a content creator, got to put out what you want to put out ultimately and how you want to do it, because it's your channel. But ultimately, it is nice to ebb and flow, like I stated earlier in the video. It's nice to change a little bit to try to accommodate a few extra people. All right, so we are going to go now back and forth. There we go. And so that's why I made the decision to change tractor brands. And now, so if your favorite tractor brand is Valtra, you get a chance to see it. If your favorite tractor brand is Case, you get a chance to see, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes with your favorite tractor. And then once we get through all the tractor brands that we have, I'm going to go through and try to find a Kubota that's a bigger Kubota, either that or edit one of the two. And then I'll find a nice, we can also go back to start. Then we can start going backwards and start going, all right, so let's change it back to this, or let's find a different, there's so many. There's Case, and there's Case IH, and then there's Fiat. We can do so many different tractor brands, and that gives every single person a chance to see their favorite kind of brands, as well as watching stuff being done. It's kind of cool. And I know that for a fact that there's at least one person that I've inspired to do this map the way I'm doing it, and that's what that's sincerest form of flattery to me. Myers, I can't remember. I want to give him a shout out because he went on this. He's doing it with multiplayer, and he's just was inspired to do it because he's watching me clear all these trees, and it gets exciting. That's why to me it is direly important for me. And I'm not talking about other content creators. I'm just talking about me. I don't like to be in the dark. I don't like to keep you guys in the dark. I like to keep you guys very transparent, show you how many trees, how many hours I've played on the map, how much money we have, what I've sold, what I've done. It's just important to me. It comes back to I never, and I have lots of friends that play the game where they just kind of keep the HUD hidden, and you and I that watch the videos, we never know how much money they have, and then all of a sudden they'll say, oh, we bought this tractor, and you're thinking, okay, where'd the money come from? And it's just something, a silly little thing that will not ever get me to not watch somebody play, make videos on it, because I watch everybody as much as I can. There's a few people that I just refuse to watch. I try to stay away from the big guys because I'm just a small guy, and they're doing things their way, and I find that when I watch a lot of those bigger content creators, with the exception of a couple that I do watch Daggerwin, and I do watch Scroft, and I do watch Virtual Farmer and Simulation for the Nation. Those guys, those are my favorite. I generally tend to watch the UK guys more because they tend to do things more on the realism side. Green Man I watch also. He's pretty good. But they're all UK guys. In fact, when I had mods that I did for the FarmingSimulator.com website, my really good friend Wayne, he's from England. He was my partner in that, and when we were putting out mods on it, it was great. And if you go back to my FS17, no, it was, what was the map? I think it was 17 that we were doing them on. Yeah, we were doing them on 17, and then we started doing them on 19 when I was doing mod reviews. But it was mostly on 17. If you go back and watch some of my videos, I think it was the beginning of 19. When I had my silo, we had our fermenting silo, and we had because it was on the German map for, I think it was FS19. Can't remember what it was now, but yeah, because I was doing mod reviews on that, and no, it was, oh man, I swear it was 17. I'll have to go back and look, because I can just guess all day long, but that was, 7, 8, 9 years ago now, so it's a long time ago. As a full-time farmer, your days just go together anyways. You forget where you're going, and half the time you're in autopilot or Groundhog Day, as they say. You're just getting up. In fact, it happened the other day. It was funny. My wife and I, she said, well, let's go out to find, go to dinner, and we'll find a little ice cream store to have some ice cream afterwards. And I said, okay. And we were going to go to a movie, and then we realized, I'm not going to spend $22 on a movie. So we decided, it was kind of like a mini little date night. We went out, and she said, well, we've got to stop at the local Dollar General to get something. I can't remember what it was, because in my where I live, I don't even have a Walmart. I live in the middle of nowhere. We have a Dollar General, and then we have a Walmart, but it's in the next town. It's a big town next to me, but it's like 25 minutes to 30 minutes away, and it's just, you drive there and it's so busy and it's so packed, and because when you put them in those towns like that, when that's all there's everybody and their brother shops at them, and I just can't stand it. Love Walmart, but I can't stand shopping at it because it's so busy. Many of you can relate to that. But anyways, she says, we got done having our ice cream. And then she said, well, let's stop at Dollar General and head home. We're talking away. And my brain went into autopilot, and I literally just turned and went home. And so what was worse than that is my wife didn't even notice it until we're about halfway home. And then she says, were we supposed to stop at Dollar General? And that's what I was talking about, is that you go into autopilot and you just kind of shut everything off. And I was thinking I'm going home, and that's it. It was all I was thinking about. Wasn't thinking about too much of anything else at that point. But yeah, I've learned so much in this game of farm sim, and I've learned so much in this game of content creating that I'm constantly trying to evolve. And some people call it map jumping, some people call it things like that. I call it, trying to get out the best product for you guys. That I'm a viewer as well, guys. You have to understand that I'm a all right, let's check this here, and we're going to go down and wash this before we start our next field. Now, you see how much less I used by shutting it off? All right, fertilized. It's all rolled. Everything's ready to go on this field. So we fertilized it with the Massey, and then because it was grass, and then we limed it, and then the grass grew up. We let the grass grow up, and now we seeded it and fertilized it again. So, and she's ready to go. Now, the yield bonus, I don't know why I'm only getting 98%, because it is rolled. It is fertilized twice. Yeah, hang on. I forgot how to do this, but I got to do this again. So you got to go down to our fields, and I think you got to switch here. Growth, soil composition. Yep, see how we're all dark blue? Except here's light blue. It's funny, but you see how now we're all dark blue. We're all fertilized twice. We're all ready to go. All of our fields are fertilized twice. And you can see the little, where I leave off, like if I get here close, you see these little divots like this and this. This is where I left off. Remember when I was making the field? And this one's over here. You can see where I did it. And this one's here. It does that on purpose. But if you see, it starts the line right here. And I always do, like when I'm doing the realistic series, where did I do this one? Or here. See? And then, now right over here. See? Now, the next, like I said, the next piece of property that I want to buy, we own this one here all the way up that big mountain. Right here's the property line, and we have cut, we're right about, I think we're here. We've cut all the way to here, and then we're about here. Well, we're actually closer to here now, because all we have, remember, we only have like this much to do of the trees. And then this part up here, we'll chip away at. And I might just do it. I might just clear up there. That'll give us something to do. We might just do that. But let's go see that other field. We've got time. Let's go wash this, give her a bath, get some more fresh seed and fertilizer in it, and we'll go seed the next field. Now, unfortunately, I don't like doing it that way, but I want to also have content. I want to have you guys continue to go. I want to keep going with the hour. But you see right there, that's what I was talking about. We're right there. We only have that corner, but I think I'm going to go and keep clearing up. Start over here and keep going to the property line and just start clearing the ridges off and getting it off. We're not going to farm up there or anything like that. We're not even going to make a field over here. The next field is going to be behind it. But we have a choice. You see how this is grass? We could bring the mower back and mow it. So that would give us a chance to mow it and turn it maybe into silage or put a giant, what we could do? I'm thinking about this, thinking outside the box. What do you guys think of this? Let me know in the comments. Okay, if you've made it this far in the video, if you've made it to 38 minutes, some of you watch it all, some of you skip ahead, but if you do catch this, let me know in the comments, what would you guys think of maybe taking a giant, like in this section here, making this a giant grass field, or making all of our rest of our grass fields and put a ginormous bunker silo in it, because we have the belt now. Once the stones are filled and gone, we can bring the silage out with our belt and just empty it out super fast. What do you guys think of that? Would you guys like to see that? And then, like, we're not going to mow stuff like that, like this section up here, because if you look at like this is going to be, I can't even, like, usually can't get up here with the brucks even. I have to cut these down with a chainsaw, because this is like 90 degrees. It's crazy. It's awesome that they did it this way, but like you got to go like this to cut them down. And they fall down and they'll go all the way down to the road. It's crazy. Then I can just take my Brucks and chip them up. That's fine. But let me know if you guys would like to see that. That could be our next endeavor. We'll do that when the stones are gone. And we'll bring out, we have a couple of big, we have the big M still in here. I have the big ZX in here that we can bring in here and mow up and make a big silage operation. You know what I mean? We can also switch off of, we can do this. Let's put this, let me know in the comments. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you guys a choice. Let's do this. Let's do some choices. Wow, that was 90% dirty. Been forever since I washed that. The Bednar Effective CE 12,000. Because it's originally the Bednar. And they fixed it and they edited it to what they wanted to. That's why they double named it. I didn't do it. They did it. The mod maker made it. But this is the Bednar direct drill, and it comes with a roller option where it has a roller on it. So it's kind of cool. You can seed, fertilize, and roll at the same time, which is kind of neat. But here's what I want to do. I'm gonna throw this out there. As soon as we spin around, gotta bring this up. We're gonna fill the first section here because I can't do two things at once. Hang on a second. There's that, and then we want to go here. And as soon as it says open again, there we go. All right, so this is the decision I want you guys to help me make on this series. When the stones is done, when our chickens are full, okay, we could go and revert back to grass if we wanted and make ourselves a silage empire. What would you guys think? Or we can keep the crops and just make the silage empire out of the flat areas that we can mow. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, this is down the road. This is not right now. This is down the road when we get the stones cleaned out and the chickens are full and we've done, like, what my goal is with the chickens is, hang on a second. There. Sorry, I had to lean back in my chair. My back had to be cracked. There, I feel much better now. I was sit, because when I record, I have to kind of sit straight up. Normally, I lean back in my chair, and I kind of relax with my controller or my steering wheel, whatever I want to use. But when I record, I have this boom mic, so I have to lean forward, and I want to make sure that my voice is, with the pop filter, I want to make sure it's as close as I can, because if I get farther away like that, it sounds like I'm in the bathroom. But if I sit my face pretty close to it, it sounds like I'm in the video with you guys, which is what I want. Anyways, once our chickens get 25,000 chickens and we go, let's say 3 episodes. Let's put it that way. 3 episodes at selling all the chickens, the eggs that we're making. So 25,000 chickens and we sell them all. Boom. And then once we get done with the chickens, we can go to turning these into grass and we can make ourselves a massive, massive, massive silage operation. And what I mean is we can build a whole section. We can take the farm down. We can build ourselves basically a whole section with a BGA and the whole 9 yards and you know, kind of simulate that we're making electric for our area down here. It'd be kind of cool. Let me know if you guys like that. Like, we'll keep our farm as far as like our sheds and things like that because we need a home to sleep in. But we can get rid of all of these, all the animal pen, which is only one right now. And we can turn this into a massive silage thing. But here's what I want to know. I don't want to do any other animals because we've already done sheep and chickens on here. Usually I do dairy cows every single episode, so I don't want to do that. But if we could turn it into a silage, what we need to do is have different things to do in between. You know what I mean? I don't want to just come every episode and cut grass. That kind of gets boring after a while. So should we do one episode of cutting trees and maybe do like a, I don't know, we can figure it out as we go on the fly. Like we said, we can evolve. But I'm going to drive over this crops and break it. And I got to go down the other end. I'm going to fold that back up. But I'm thinking that would be kind of cool. Like, literally the big ZX, and I think I still have it in here. This one? Is it this one? Yes. No, that's the big M. There it is. This machine right here it can go all the way up to, watch this capacity. We can go all the way up to 1 million liters in here. And then we can dump this right into the bucket or right into the bunker silo, and then we can go like that. We can bring our belt over, empty it out. We could do that for like the last little bit on this map so that we can say to ourselves, all right, we did sheep, we did chickens, and then we did silage. Plus we cleared every tree, plus we did a lot of terraforming. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you think that would be a great idea, if you think that would be great. Also, listen, I highly, 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 highly encourage you guys to go check out our good friend Russell. Because he's an amazing little content creator. He's from New Zealand, and he's got a lot of good takes on stuff, and it's pretty cool. I did not know until I watched his last episode that there's a barbecue sauce named after him, which is kind of cool. Whitlock's barbecue sauce, which is kind of neat. Also, go check out Big A. He's struggling right now as far as like he wants his channel to grow, and I want him to grow, and I really, respect that living daylights out of him, and I want him to do well. But he's struggling because it's getting towards the end of FS25 or 22, and not a lot of people are watching it. So go check him out. Go check out Empty Pockets. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to forget about him. I'm doing this series because of him. He's inspired me to do it. All the logging he does logging a little legit way though. He cuts down trees, then he loads them up with he uses a lot of FDR equipment. He also does farm or truck sim videos. So this crap would be destroyed because I'm not using thin tires. I'm not using row crop tires. I'm just driving over everybody's crops. Too bad they're mine. Who else? Oh, Van Ham Gaming. Oh my gosh. There we go. I just want to do 2 headlands, and I think I might do a regular worker. We'll see. And then maybe we'll cut some trees down on the top of the hill just to see where we're at. Maybe. We'll see where we're at with this video. Empty Pockets has put out a new one. Van Ham Gaming. Big A. Who else did I forget? Russell. Who else do I like you guys to watch? Everybody. Farmer Z. Farmer Z doesn't do videos anymore, but he's still a good friend of the channel's. Oh man, there's so many content creators. If I forget you guys, please know that I love you to death, and I don't think like I usually do, but you're in my heart because I watch all of you guys. I watch every single one of you, especially when you're live. I try to pop in. I may not watch the whole thing. I have to be honest because I am still super busy, but I do stop in, and I still do spread the love, and I still do spread the positivity, as Big A would say. That's his saying, so that's not mine. That's his. So I have to give him the love for that. Yeah. And yeah, just make sure you guys are checking those guys out. It means the world to them as content creators to get you guys in, especially if you're new. Make sure, even if you're going to watch their live streams, just make sure you're hitting the thumbs up on their channels and pop in and at least say hi, because they like to know that you guys are there. It usually ends up, I've live streamed before. I've live streamed a lot actually, and when you're in there, it ends up being your same personal friends. I think we have enough. Yes, we're at the field. We can turn this around. So let's do this one, and then we're gonna just set her off on a regular worker. It won't cost us that much. Just so I'm away from this ridge. Now, what I am going to do is just go a little bit wider on my flattening, just a little bit right here. Once that row of trees is gone. And then I'm going to soften it just so we can use this road. We can go around, and we'll keep it flat there. Then we'll just start softening it. And that's it. And from here on out, then we'll only build our fields in. Well, anyways, that backcountry. God, I'm all over the place tonight. That backcountry town edition has fields already on it. It's like pre-made fields, which is I'm excited for because as much as I love creating my own fields, it is nice to once in a while play on a map that's already created. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm excited about that. But let me know, because I think that'd be kind of interesting. Another new twist that we can do on this map, to just end it with a bang and see how much money we can actually make from silage. Because I know those bunkers hold, some of them hold 5, 6, 7, 10 million. And if we put like 20 of them down, we could actually see to ourselves how many of them can we fill. And I have a mod that will speed up the process. We're going to go right here, just so it overlaps a little bit. And hopefully it lets him seed. Lets him go. There. Going to cost us a little money, but we'll let him go on his little thingy. I have a mod that is a compactor that compacts 1,000 times faster. So you go over the silage like one time and it's compacted. So we can cheat with that one, or we can do it. I don't know if I want to do it legit. It takes a long time to do bunker silos like legit. It really does. You ride over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Maybe we can put that thing, because the mod that I have is you can go 10 times faster, 100 times faster, 500 times faster, or 1,000 times faster. So maybe we'll just go 10 times faster so that you still got to compact it, but it's pretty easy. Yeah, let's go over right here while we have you guys on camera, and let's see if we can get to our property line while he's seeding that. Because if I'm not mistaken, got to go here. We got to get up to the past. There's the sawmill or the store. We got to go up and get to our. We're right at this line right here now. See what I mean? We got to see how far we can go up this ridge before we run out of property line. Then that'll be our property line that we'll do. Because I have it set up where I can't cut. We'll go right from here. We'll go right up this thing. Whoops. We'll go as fast as we can here to get the last little bit. And then when we hit the property line, it'll say not allowed to cut here. The other thing I want to do before I do anything, this just drives me nuts. I don't like this at all. See how they put these bushes here? Well, when you're on your chainsaw, you can't see that. I do this. Just so we can see. We'll just paint over those real quick so I can go all the way up here. So I go like that, and then let's get down here, go up here, just in case we have to go here. Go here, just to that done, and we'll come down off here. I'm doing that, so you guys know. There, that gives us a chance to go up the thing here. Stay on this line, and we'll see how far up we can go. Of course, where I missed the spot that we got to go to. But this will give us a chance to see our property line. See how tired I am going up the hill? Yeah, this is crazy. Do. We might get there eventually. That's how steep this hill is. Nope, there it is. That's the property line right there. Yeah, that's the property line. This one we should be able to cut. Nope, that's the property line. All these you can't cut. Come back down the hill. So that must be the property line right there, because I can cut these ones. Yep, I cut these. I can cut these. But I can't cut. There. Okay. All right, so there we go. That's our property line, and then that one is. This one is not. So that one we can cut. That one we cannot. So there's our official property line right there. This is the last tree down here. And then this one should say cut. That one should say not. Well, yes, that one should say that. Okay, there's our property line. We did it. Timber. This gets tricky because I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Now, let's get off this big hill here for a second. All right, let's go back to this. See if we can get in here with our brooks and clean this up a little bit. Because then I just drive by it and clean it all up with the brooks. Whoops. Weird cutting it backwards like that. Okay. Now, let's grab this and let's get rid of our stumps first. This is the quickest way I found to get rid of the stumps. There, we cut 22 trees. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, he's doing well. Perfect. All right. Clear some of these trees out of here and then we'll keep going. We only got about 5 minutes left. This little Prinroth or whatever it's called, but it's a modded one. It's 700 horsepower. It'll climb right up these hills, but it won't use the brooks to do it. Now this is all I do right here for these. Now when I'm down on the road like this, I'll cut it like this. See? And that's how I do it, so that I don't have to keep doing this. I just do it when I'm on the hill. Now these, we can just clear these right off like this. I could have just done this to begin with like this. See how now you got to go up with it. You got to raise it up because the hill goes up it. Now with this up, this has a stump cutter on it. See, I can get rid of the stumps with this stump cutter up, but I just when I'm cutting trees and I'm going crazy into it, I just don't do it that way. Let's see if we can get this one here. Whoops, I drove right around it. There we go. Okay, come down to Papa. There, see? Now we have a property line. And it's going to look like it's going to go on an angle. But then these ones here, whoops, lower that back down. These ones here can just be cut, whoops. Can just be cut like this. This is why I use this, because you can cut thousands of trees really quickly. And you don't have to pick the trees back up. That's going to have to be cleaned up once we get these trees out of the way. But we now have our property line, and that's what I'm going to clean to. Is I'm going to clean this whole piece of property off. If I do this and get this tree out of here, whoops, and I'll be able to clean this up. Then we got to say our goodbyes. See, I can kind of just drive right through here and pick up these trees. See how easy that is? That's it. Now, how many do you think we did? How many trees do you think we did? We did 41 trees, just like that. Just while you guys were here. Just like that. There we go. Shut him down. Fire him. Shut him down. All right, guys. We made it to the end of episode 18. And we're ready to go. Yep, episode 18 in the books already. So please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will catch you guys right back here Monday. So, comments. Let me know if you want big silage factory after our chickens are full and our stones are gone. And I'm going to be switching to the 5 million liters. So we're going to start selling 5 million liters at a time. Also, we're going to switch to New Holland. So lots of changes coming for Monday. But I hope you guys are going to stay tuned and enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. I will be right back here with you guys on another episode on Monday. We got a lot going on. And I'll start clearing I'll do at least another 500 for Monday. Maybe we'll do 1,000 if we've got the time. And start popping these trees out quicker and quicker, if you know what I mean, because we still got a lot of farming, and if we decide to go to the silage, we're going to have these trees gone so we can have a massive thing. I'm also going to start clearing up there and getting up that big ridge cleaned off, and just so we can get up there. All right, guys. Love you guys, and I will catch you guys back here Monday. Have a great weekend.